Let's go to what is again. You could tell that all these were randomly seeded because there's no way I would have put these two together
I
right
was
off the
going to
bat.
say, I am kind of upset about this matchup.
It, we have the comedic battles or the comedic fight scenes up for debate here. It is the news team fight from Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy taking on the Manson family attack or the final attack scene in Once Upon a Time in
hmm
Hollywood. How'd you score it?
I did 7-3 once upon a time.
I went 5-5 Once Upon a Time. Or I went 5-5. I couldn't pick a winner.
Okay. Yeah. They're both really fun.
Yes.
The reason I gave Once Upon a Time the edge is the Anchorman scene is definitely like more bits and gags rather than a fight scene.
Sort of, yeah.
Because it like out of nowhere it'll just out of nowhere it will just show Brick with a fucking trident throwing it at someone. Like there's no coherency to the action in the Anchorman fight.
Yes, so let's take Once Upon a Time in Hollywood quickly. I was laughing my ass off when I saw that scene again. I've seen a part of that scene before. I've never seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood all the way through. I've seen it in pieces, and I've seen part of that scene. And I was like, I kind of remember this. But I was laughing my ass off while rewatching it because it's just the
Yeah.
sheer absurdity of it. But to end the way it ends, where you're just everything is so contradictory of what's supposed to be happening, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The only question you can have is
Yeah.
really, what the
And
fuck am I watching? In the
yeah,
best
in
way.
Tarantino's world, the bad guys always get killed.
They'll take more people out along the way, but in the end, they always do lose. So that is the way it should be
Yeah.
done. But again, excellent cinematography and character work in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Going back to Anchorman, the reason I called it a tie was although Tarantino movies aren't really genre movies, they're just kind of whatever Quentin wants to make them. Like he picks one
He
overarching
kind of has
thing.
his own thing.
Yes. And inherently throughout that movie are you trying to build to what essentially becomes a strictly comedic fight scene. I I would say I'm fine with it. I'm not against it whatsoever. But is that the crux of what we're trying to do? Where Anchorman takes a scene and just ranks the absurdity up more and more, but it fits perfectly for what it is because they already started teasing the rivalries between the news team and the fact that they're like, no, we'll meet in the San Diego streets and just kill each other. It's fine. As long as we don't touch the hair or face,
hmm
it's fine. So that's why I gave it a tie because I think one works so well as a high point of a movie. And Once Upon a Time, again, I'm lacking tone. That's the only thing that I was like, there's so many good moments where everybody gets to shine in the fight scene in Anchorman that I was like,
Yep.
okay, I got to keep this a tie. I couldn't pick one.
Yeah, I understand that. There's a lot of great moments in the Anchorman one. And then like the smash cut to the well that escalated quickly.
Yeah.
That's like iconic at this point and it's like a meme.
Oh, it's one of
So,
it's one of the memes where everyone's like, wow,
yes.
that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out
Yeah.
of hand fast. What's funny is I haven't
Yeah.
I hadn't watched Anchorman in at least 5, if not 10 years, and I rewatched it a couple weeks ago with Ab. I still quoted legitimately the entire movie. It's still in my brain because I used to love Anchorman. At one time was my favorite movie at the time.
hmm
So, but when it got to that fight, I was like, I forgot how good this was, and it's actually covered really well. But it still keeps a comedic tone where it doesn't turn into this battle scene that you're like, what? It still has this comedic overtone. but it's covered and shot so well where you can clearly understand where everybody is, what's happening, how it's happening, why it's happening. And again, everybody gets a little moment to shine. And that's just Cameo City. It's just like, oh,
Oh yeah.
let's get Vince Vaughn, and let's get Luke Wilson, and let's get Tim Robbins of all people, and then
Yeah.
Ben Stiller. You're like, what the fuck is happening in this movie?
Yep.
Oh god, I love it. But again, what is your favorite moment of the news team fight scene?
I think it is the Trident.
Ah,
It's so great.
just randomly gets a trident and just
Yeah.
fucking
That moment is especially great because in the like the pre-match when they're explaining it all,
yeah.
the rules, there's no one's carrying a trident. So like it comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
It's just so random.
Well, it starts with Brick. Where'd you get a hand grenade? I don't know. And you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you gonna do with a hand grenade in this fight? Just blow 4
Yeah.
people up? And then yeah, like you said, a trident comes out of nowhere. Like, where did the net come from with the 2 horses? Where did that
Yeah,
come
the
from?
horses,
That
yeah.
that drags Santana away. Also, I love the moments of just Champ holding brass knuckles and just takes the guy out, and pro wrestler just throws him like 50 feet, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then just brushes off you.
Also doesn't make sense because Paul Rudd has a straight up revolver. There should be a couple dead people laying there after the fight, but there aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one uses a gun in the fight, so who knows? It doesn't make any sense.
And again, the part that doesn't make sense is the part that works the best, because you're like, wait, what? But because of the tone of the movie, it's perfect. Again, tone of the movie, the way you map these scenes out is crucial. Is if you go one way too far, it doesn't work out very well. Here, it's supposed to be silly. And they're like, let's just steer into the silly. And you can even see that's the only part of Anchorman 2 that works really well. When they redo the news team fight, that's the only sequence that you're like, this is Anchorman.
Yeah.
I buy into
It's a
this.
It's a little too heightened in the second one, but it is probably the best part of that movie. Yeah.
Oh, by far. It's by far the best one. Because the whole time, that's what everyone's looking for is, yo, where's the news team fight?
But I think if I remember right, I think Kanye West is in it, so that gets points knocked off immediately.
Oh yeah, we had Kanye West, we got Will Smith,
Jim Carrey's in there.
Jim Carrey and Marion Cotillard are the Canadian news team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You have Harrison.
Isn't there Ghost or something?
Yes, it's John C. Reilly as the ghost of Stonewall Jackson, and he appears with the history.
Okay.
He appears with the History Channel. Sacha Baron Cohen is the English news team. Yeah, Harrison Ford is a were-hyena or a were... Not a werewolf, but it's a were something.
Huh.
You have entertainment news with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. The History Channel is led by Liam Neeson. You're just like, who else did they get to be in this fucking movie? Like,
Yeah.
That's the part that's great about it. Greg Kinnear shows back up, and he has, psychic powers, and proves that Ron was right the entire time. It just makes no fucking sense. But that's the best part about that movie, is you're just waiting for that, and they just went, fuck it, just give him everything. Who cares?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst
Yeah.
is in that scene as well, where she's blowing the horn to start the battle like a Greek fucking god. It's so fucking weird. I love that scene so much. But again, the original is still better.
Yeah, 100%.
The fact that Ron pulls out a table leg and that's his weapon, he just pulls it out of his suit. It's so
I was
stupid.
wondering what it was, because I was like, it's a club of some sort, but I couldn't tell what it is.
Yeah, it's just
So
a
it's
table.
table leg.
It's just a table leg because it has too much
Hey.
architecture to it.
That would be a great weapon.
It would. And I love that he and Vince Vaughn, Wes Mantooth, are the only two that keep their original weapons and use them to their fullest. Where Vince Vaughn's gonna stab him in the heart with this little switchblade.
Yes.
And Ron's just randomly swinging the fucking poster around.
I don't know who has the least effective weapon, Ben Stiller or Vince Vaughn. The whip versus that little knife. Because Vince Vaughn's knife is like straight out of West Side Story.
Yes.
And it kind of begins with like West Side Story with like the Sharks and the Jets.
Well, you're already excited because it's just the two news
when
teams
they pull around the corner on the fucking bikes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cheesy. It's great though.
I fucking love that. So, heartbreakingly, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood wins 12-8 and takes out Anchorman. I am interested to see, we did say we're going to do this at the end of the tournament, where Anchorman racks up against others. Because I think there are a couple movies here that Anchorman could have beat.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'd agree.
So it's going to be interesting when we stack rank these, how far Anchorman could have